This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
I can relate to the essay written by Rolando Niella. Learning English and using English daily can be a challenge. The English taught in my school is much different than the English used day to day in the English-speaking world. I think sometimes that I will never learn enough about spoken English to completely relax during conversations with my fellow students. Like Rolando, in his essay Barriers, I'm still in the learning process. When I speak, I am aware of others' concerted efforts to understand my version of English. It is kind of funny to see the expression on their faces as they try to understand me. And, like Rolando, I am tempted to stop trying to speak English because I get discouraged in the process. Like Rolando, I search for another who speaks my language so that I can relax and talk comfortably. I believe that learning English is very important to my becoming a professional. I need to be able to communicate effectively at a professional level. I must turn my basic English skills into professional level skills to succeed. This will require much work on my part. Unfortunately, not many English speakers speak Japanese. Getting lost in everyday conversation can be a big problem. English contains many figures of speech, different accents, and regional dialects. Understanding someone from Massachusetts does not mean that I will understand someone from Texas or Louisiana. Understanding English speakers from England and Australia can be an even more challenging task. The most arduous English to understand is another foreign language student's English. If limited knowledge of English is all you have in common with another foreign student, that communication can be very stressful. Although, in Japan, I had courses in conversational English, I am frustrated by how many different ways English can be spoken and wish someone would speak the conversational English that I learned in Japan. There are many figures of speech that I have learned gradually. I have to be careful, though, because native English speakers assume a higher level of competency in English when I use a figure of speech. Some examples I have encountered. Take a seat or have a seat, they have given me the chair. Turn off the light is a switch, not a knob. That's crazy, man, what? Give me a break, where do you want me to break you? Are you for real? Last time I checked I was. I have found many ways to improve my English. Learning English by total immersion has forced me to learn English more quickly. I would love to have another Japanese speaker around all the time, but that is not practical. Listening to the radio and watching television have helped a lot. Radio and television shows have given me something to talk about with my English-speaking friends. Watching television has allowed me to see conversational English in action. Reading books and magazines has helped as well. DVD or VCR taped movies have also helped. If I don't understand a part, I can go back and listen again as many times as I need to. Rolando had trouble understanding the English spoken by his roommates because they spoke so fast, and he did not understand his roommates' nonverbal communication. Rolando said, by the time I had understood what he had said, he was gone. This is a big problem for students who are not native English speakers. I'm sure it's also a problem for those frustrated English speakers who can't communicate what they want to the foreign language students. This can be a big problem when foreign students and native English speakers are assigned to work on a group project together. It is assumed that any student who passes the TOEFL, Test of English as a Foreign Language, has the English language skills to function in an English language university. Mostly, this is true. They do have the skills. But, what the TOEFL doesn't measure is the quick conversational language and many dialects spoken by English-speaking students. Authentic language is represented on the TOEFL, but foreign language students often need more practice in the conversational English they would use in English-speaking universities. A friend told me that when I started to dream in English, my fluency improved. Fluency is vital to the success of a foreign language student. Studying and sitting for the TOEFL cannot measure the fluency required by a foreign student. Only when the student is exposed to English 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, will their English become operational. Most foreign language students arrive at university with pre-operational language skills. It does not take long for their language skills to become operational. And, if they are dreaming in English, it is a good sign. When I started to dream more and more in English, I noticed that my fluency had improved. I still dream in Japanese, but English is present as well. Sometimes, when speaking English, I lose my train of thought. This is a problem for me. This is also a problem for Rolando, who loses his train of thought in conversation. In his essay, he said, "I worry so much about the how to that conversation is not always as relaxing as it should be." The only way past this problem is to push yourself and practice with native speakers. For the most part, the native speakers at university are very willing to help foreign students with their English. The only time they seem unwilling is when they are working towards a deadline and don't have time to slow down their English for foreign students. When working on group projects, I review the instructions before the group meets to get a head start on language that will be used during group planning and work sessions. The Japanese-English dictionary is nearby, and I look up any unfamiliar words or phrases. I would recommend this approach to any foreign language students. What can happen when foreign language students are assigned to work on group projects is that the native speakers will take over the project and let the foreign student ride along with no requirements. I don't do this. Working on group projects is practice for when I am employed, and I will work on projects with English speakers. Summary: Foreign language students are faced with an incredible challenge when they sit for the TOEFL, pass, and are admitted to universities where English is spoken. The students may feel lost and frustrated when they first begin their studies. If the students are persistent, they will learn the language skills needed to succeed at university and future employment. These students need to use all tools available to them to succeed. These tools may be the radio, television, movies, DVD or VHS, books, and magazines. Most importantly, they need to take advantage of opportunities to speak English. If you want to find more works like this essay on the experience of learning English, head over to ivpanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.